Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Draft franchise one-shot. I mean, I call it franchise, but it's really just a one-season thing because I'm not going to go past one season thanks to the roster AI, but that's another story. Welcome back to the Fantasy Draft one-shot series. I'll just keep it at that. I won't say season. I won't say franchise. It works. So if you missed last episode, be sure to check it out. We had a lot of fun with our series against the White Sox, and we are looking to play a 3-game set against the Minnesota Twins in this episode. We've got Mike Soroka against Patrick Sandoval, Lucas Giolito versus Tyler Anderson, and Corbin Martin versus Kyle Freeland. Our highlighted game is going to be the Saturday game with Giolito versus Anderson. We have yet to pitch with Giolito. With gameplay wise, we've simulated or managed the other game that he played. And we've already highlighted Flaherty twice and Soroka once. So I figured get the third head of the 3-headed monster in our pitching rotation between Flaherty, Soroka, and Giolito. So that's what we're going to do today. So the other 2 games of the series we will manage. So in this episode, instead of manage, play, you will get manage, play, manage. So make sure to stick around for all 3 so you can see the highlights of what happens in our games. So without further ado, let's check out the Minnesota Twins and who they ended up with in the fantasy draft. I don't know if I've ever seen this before, but look at this starting rotation. It has 5 left-handed pitchers: Sean Manaea, Patrick Sandoval, Tyler Anderson, Kyle Freeland, and Ryan Weathers. They have a full 5-man lefty rotation. I don't think I've ever seen that before in my life. Although for those of you that follow my Out of the Park franchise with Kamish LB over on Twitch, which you should drop him a follow, by the way, there was a team, I don't know if it was left-handed pitching or they had an entirely left-handed batting lineup, but they had an entire lefty something or other. But either way, this is ridiculous with all lefty starter rotation. And then not only that, 4 more lefties out of the bullpen in Adam Morgan, Tyler Matzek, Andrew Miller, and Zach Britton. They also have the 99 overall closer, Liam Hendricks, locking things down, Paul Sewald, Sam Coonrod, Adam Ottavino as well. So they have a stacked back end of their bullpen, an average middle of the bullpen, and less than stellar starting rotation, but it is all lefties. So we'll see how that works out for them. Now for their lineups. All right, so not all left-handed here, but you have some. You have Travis Jankowski leading things off in right, Colton Wong at second, Nick Castellanos at DH, Freddy Freeman at first base, Will Smith at catcher, Adolis Garcia in center, Dansby Swanson, another Brave, at shortstop, Miguel Andujar at left, and Kyle Seager at third. So that is the team we will be facing, and let us get into game 1, which we'll be managing between Mike Soroka and Patrick Sandoval. All right, one minor note before we get into the game is I have made one small lineup change just for today's game. Catcher Yan Gomes is going to have the day off as he is a little bit on the tired side. So Austin Romine gets his first start of the season behind the plate and slides down to 9th in the lineup. Everyone else moves up in our left-handed lineup, which features Tyrone Taylor, Justin Upton, and Dylan Moore as our left-handed platoon bats, with Gavin Lux, Brian Anderson, and Eddie Rosario having a seat on the bench, which they could be needed if they bring in a right-handed pitcher out of the pen. So let's get to it. All right, here we are, leading things off. Bobby Witt Jr., followed by Tyrone Taylor and George Springer, facing off against Patrick Sandoval, who went only 3 innings in his first outing. Yikes. ERA at 12, 0-1 with a 3.33 whip. That is not a good start. He did not do well. Let's see. That would be 4 runs that he gave up in 3 innings. Yikes. Not good. But here we go. Strikeout to Bobby Witt. Ground out to Taylor. And a ground out for Springer. So 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners in the first. Leading things off for the Twins will be Jankowski, Wong, and Castellanos, facing off against Mike Soroka, who pitched very well in his first outing, gave up 1 run over 8 innings pitched, and had 10 strikeouts. And of course, the first batter of the game hits a double. Of course he does. Sacrifice bunt by Colton Wong moves the runner to third. Castellanos grounds out, holds the runner at third. Can Soroka get out of the jam? He does, with the fly out of Freddy Freeman. Keeps the Twins off the board going into the second inning. With Garcia, strikes out. Upton hits a single. Josh Bell is up with the runner on first. 2-run bomb by Josh Bell. Man, that's the strength of this lineup, is hitting home runs. Josh Bell parks one in the bleachers. Seattle goes up 2-0. Moustakas follows with a walk. Moore strikes out. Romine hits an RBI double in his first at-bat of the season, making it 3-0 Seattle in the second. Bobby Witt Jr. hits a single, but Romine holds at third, and Taylor flies out to end the inning. But a 3-run second inning highlighted by a 2-run home run by Josh Bell and an RBI double by Austin Romine give the Mariners a 3-0 lead. Will Smith leads off with a walk. Adolis Garcia pops out. Dansby Swanson strikes out. Miguel Andujar also strikes out. Nothing doing for the Twins in the second. Top of the third for the Mariners now. Springer grounds out. Garcia strikes out. Upton flies out. 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the third, Kyle Seager will ground out to lead off the inning, followed by Jankowski, who will also ground out. And then Colton Wong strikes out. 1-2-3 for Soroka in the third. Top of the fourth, Josh Bell strikes out to lead off the inning. Moustakas has walked for his second time this game. Moore will hit into a fielder's choice, end up at first. And then Romine pops up to end the inning. Castellanos will ground out to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Freeman will fly out. Will Smith will ground out. Pitchers are settling in now. 1-2-3 innings for the past 4 outings, I think. Bobby Witt leads off the top of the fifth with a strikeout, and a double by George Springer. Puts a runner in scoring position with 2 out. Garcia does nothing with it, though, as he grounds out to end the inning. Garcia up for the Twins. He will walk to lead off the inning. Dansby Swanson is still at the plate as Garcia gets caught stealing by Austin Romine. Swanson will follow that up with a single, and can't only imagine what would have happened if Garcia was still on base. Andujar flies out. Seager hits a single. We now have 2 on, 2 out. 2 out? Yeah, 2 on, 2 out. In the bottom of the fifth, Jankowski with a chance will ground out to end the inning. Minnesota still kept off the board. Justin Upton leading off the top of the sixth. There is now a new pitcher. Sam Coonrod comes in for the Twins. Seemed kind of early, but I don't know. Popped out by Upton. Ground out by Bell. Double by Moustakas puts a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. But Dylan Moore strikes out to end the inning. Mike Soroka now back on the mound against Wong, Castellanos, and Freeman. Wong will ground out. Castellanos will ground out. Freeman will hit a single to put a runner on with 2 outs. Will Smith will also single, putting runners at the corners in 2 outs. Garcia grounds into a fielder's choice. Soroka still pitching a shutout through 6. Romine leading off the top of the 7th. Tyler Matzik now into pitch. Romine flies out. Bobby Witt strikes out. Tyrone Taylor grounds out. 1-2-3 for Matzik. Soroka still going strong here in the bottom of the 7th. Ground out to Swanson. Andujar strikes out. Seager hits a single. 1 on with 2 outs. And then Jankowski will fly out to end the inning. Springer in the top of the 8th. Now facing Adam Ottavino. He will walk. Garcia follows with a fielder's choice to end up at first. Josh Bell strikes out. Upton strikes out. And Josh Bell grounds out. Bottom of the 8th now. Soroka still dealing. Strikeout of Wong. Ground out of Castellanos. Walk to Freeman. And a line out by Will Smith. Shutout through 8. Can he go the distance? Adam Ottavino still on the mound for the Twins. No, he's not. Zach Britton comes on, the lefty. Strikeout to Moustakas. Strikeout to Moore. Single to Romine. And a strikeout for Bobby Witt. He strikes out 3 in the inning. But here we go. Mike Soroka looking to complete the shutout. He's given up 6 hits, 2 walks so far. Can he do it? Ground out to start the inning. Swanson with a strikeout. 2 down. Single by Andujar puts a runner on with 2 outs. Kyle Seager is up. He is 2 for 3 today. He gets a walk. So now we have the tying run coming to the plate in Jankowski. Manager's decision. I'm gonna. What's the box score? How many pitches has he thrown? Hasn't said how many pitches he's thrown. All right, I'm trust Soroka. I'm gonna see what happens. It's a single. The bases are loaded for Colton Wong. That's gonna be it. I'm changing the pitcher, bringing in the closer Ryan Tepera to finish this game out, to try to get one out. And he gives up the bases loaded walk. And now we've got Nick Castellanos up with the bases loaded and 2 down. Ryan Tepera trying to close this out.
Your attention, please.
Pinch runner for Colton Wong puts Taylor Trammell in at first.
Taylor.
And another walk. 2 straight walks by Tepera. I gotta get him out of there. Oh, crap. No, I don't want to pick off. Oh, I can't sub out. He's only pitched to 2 batters. Tepera's stuck in for this last batter. Freddy Freeman, winning run on second, tying run on third. 2 outs, and the pitch. He flies out to end the game. Tepera tightropes out of danger. Whew, he almost blew that lead. Soroka, 8 2/3 innings, 8 hits, got 2 runs accredited to him, letting those guys get on base before Tepera walked them home. Had 4 walks and 6 strikeouts. Whew, the big blow in the game was the 2-run home run by Josh Bell, followed by the game-winning RBI and double by Austin Romine. The Minnesota Twins put 2 in the 9th on 2 bases loaded walks, but with their best hitter at the plate and game on the line, he flied out to end the game. Loss goes to Patrick Sandoval, who went 5 innings, gave up those 3 runs. Whoo, that was a close one, man. All right, well, that's a way to start game 1. Now we're gonna play game 2. All right, so in game 2 of the series, we got Lucas Giolito on the mound, facing off against Tyler Anderson. Both pitchers pitched well in their first outings. Giolito didn't get the win, but he has a 2.84 ERA. Tyler Anderson is 1-0 with a 2.08 ERA. Everyone looks good from a lineup perspective. Got the day off the day before, as we did a Thursday, Saturday, Sunday series. Friday, they had the day off. I also gave Gomes an extra day off. So we will see how this plays out in game 2, and we will be playing this one. So here we go. All right, so our first road series of the year. We took game 1 of it by a score of 3-2, which was a close one. Tyler Anderson going for the Twins here. Going with both teams going with the dark blue top. Kind of redundant? I don't know. Not redundant. What's the word I'm looking for? Too similar to both be worn at the same time, I guess. I don't know. And Bobby Witt Jr. leads off the game with a single to right field. And he's off for second on the steal attempt. He is going to be safe. Bobby Witt Jr. steals second on Tyler Anderson, who has such a long delivery to the plate, even from the left-hand side. That's a stolen base for Bobby Witt Jr., and the Mariners have a threat early on as Bobby Witt got on with the single and then promptly stole second. 0-2 pitch. Garcia with the single to left. That's through the hole. Bobby Witt Jr. is rounding third, and he will score. And then Garcia's trying to make it to second, but he will be gunned down by the catcher. But Avisail Garcia scores the run on the RBI single. Gets a little greedy trying to stretch it into a double, but the Mariners take an early 1-0 lead here in the first. And Wong goes down looking for Giolito's first strikeout of the afternoon. Inside fastball. And the Twins will go quietly here in the first. The only blemish, a single to Castellanos. And we will move on to the second. I just gotta say, the Twins ballpark here is probably one of my favorite newer ballparks in the league. I am normally a person who likes old school ballparks. In fact, I actually distracted myself by looking at strike 3 while I'm talking, but regardless. I actually am more of a fan of the last version of Busch Stadium than I am of the current Busch Stadium in St. Louis, as being a Cardinals fan. I just really like the uniqueness of the circular stadium with the arches all the way around the edges. I thought that was really cool. I mean, it's not to say that the current stadium isn't good looking. It's just there was something more unique about the older Busch Stadium. Regardless, the Twins' new stadium is probably one of my favorites. It just looks fantastic. And Moustakas gets it through the hole past the diving Wong, and we have 2 on and 2 out here in the second. Dylan Moore up the middle. Wong nabs it, flips it to second, and that will do it here in the top of the second. Strike 3 for Giolito to lead off the bottom of the second. Nasty slider down in the way.
The center fielder.
Woo.
Number
Got him
53.
reaching. And the changeup swings and misses by Swanson. And Giolito has 3 strikeouts through 2 on the nasty changeup to get Swanson swinging. Springer with a fly ball to right field. That's going to get down into the corner. He is racing for 2. He's got a 2-out double here in the top of the third. Garcia rips it to center. That is going to get down for a base hit. Springer will round third and come on home, and Seattle takes a 2-0 lead. 2 RBI singles for Aviseo Garcia in this game. He's done all the damage. Both times with 2 outs as well. First time it was Bobby Witt at second base. This time it was George Springer. So Aviseo Garcia coming through in the clutch, not trying to do too much, just getting good wood on the ball and getting base hits. Gomes with the fly ball to right. Jankowski's over, puts it away, but the Mariners strike again with another RBI single from Aviseo Garcia, this time to score George Springer, and the Mariners extend their lead to 2-0. Strike 3 goes Seager, 1 down. Wild pitch in the dirt. I did not throw that one well. It looked like it hit his foot, honestly. But regardless, runner gets up to second. And Wong will ground out to second, and the threat does not do anything. Mariners hold them off the board once again. It is still 2-0. Josh Bell with a rip down the right field line. That's going to get down. Bell is going to be rounding first. Is hitting to second. Jankowski with the throw into second, and he is offline. Josh Bell in there with a 1-out double here in the fourth. And the Mariners once again have a runner in scoring position. This time, though, with 1 out instead of 2. Although, to be fair, the first inning we had him on with nobody out. And it took us till having 2 outs to score him. But I digress. Dylan Moore lines a pitch to the right center field gap. That's going to get down. That's going to score Bell from second. Moore will end up at second with a double. And the Mariners once again get a run with 2 outs. And it is now 3-0. And he goes after the changeup outside. Strikeout number 5 for Giolito here in the bottom of the fourth.
The catcher, number 17.
And a single through the hole. That was sliced hard. Runner's going to go from first to third. Throw into third. He is safe. And the Twins have runners at the corners with 1 out after the single by Smith. He got every piece of that one. And a long bomb left field. Way out of here as Adolis Garcia goes yard. 3-run shot for Garcia. And instantly it's a different ball game as the Twins tie up the score. It is now 3-3. Wow, that was a long home run. Goodness gracious. That was 420 feet, 108 off the bat into the third deck in left field. Whoo, we have a new ball game, folks.
The batter, number 8.
And Garcia grounds it to third. It's going to be the 5-4-3 double play to end the 5th. Game still tied at 3. Whew, Jankowski smoked that one. Single to center with one out here in the 5th. Jankowski on the run. He's going to swipe second easily there. I didn't even hold him on. That was my fault. Wong with a sliced hit in the left. That's going to be tracked down by Taylor. Nice running catch. That was not easy. 2 down here in the 5th. Strike 3. And Castellanos goes down swinging to end the 5th. Jam shot in the right. Fair ball. That's when you're a pitcher and you're just shaking your head like, I made the right pitch. I got him to hit weak contact, and it frickin' falls down in the outfield. Ball 4 to Upton. The first 2 batters reach to start the 6th. Tyler Anderson in trouble here. And that's going to be it for Anderson as he gets through 5+. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base, and coming into the game is another lefty in Adam Morgan.
Number 47.
Ground ball through the right side. It's through. That's not going to score anyone, though, as that was hit too hard to the right fielder, plus a slower runner on second. So the bases will be loaded with 1 out, no outs. I guess nobody out still. Yeah, there's nobody out. Ball gets away, but that hits really hard off that backstop. Comes right back to the pitcher, actually. Mike Moustakas with a drive. Deep center field. Garcia racing back. That's going to stay in the yard, though. Runners will tag from second to third and move up, and that is a sacrifice fly that gives the Mariners the lead 4-3 here in the 6th. Moustakas gets the job done with the sacrifice fly. Mariners will look to add on even more here. And DeWitt strikes out swinging to end the 6th. The Mariners load the bases with nobody out, but only get 1 run to show for it. 11 hits on the day, but the Twins only trail by 1, even with their 4 hits. And it's roped down the left field line, fair into the corner. It's going to be picked up quickly by Taylor, though, and they only get a single out of it. Nice defense by Taylor to get to that ball quickly, but the Twins put the first 2 runners on with back-to-back singles as this one's smoked down the left field line by Smith. Giolito in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the 6th. Strike 3, swinging goes Garcia. Giolito hit with his 8th strikeout of the day, first out of the 6th.
The batter, number 8.
Ground ball to right. Bell picks it up. He walks over to first, and the Mariners get out of the threat. Great pitching by Giolito. Gets a strikeout, a flyout, and a ground out to end the first and second nobody out threat. Mariners still hold on to their 1-run lead. And that'll be it for Giolito as he goes 6 innings strong. Here in the 7th, we've got Justice Sheffield coming onto the mound. The lefty is going to face 3 left-handed hitters in a row in Seager, Jankowski, and Wong. Whew, Seager smokes it in the right for a base hit. Turn on that sinker inside. Jankowski with the punt. He's going to move the runner up. So the tying run is now in scoring position. I didn't want to risk trying to throw it to second there.
Second baseman.
Long is fair down the left field line. That's going to get into the corner and score the runner from second. The Twins have tied the ball game here in the bottom of the seventh with Colton Wong's double down the left field line. That barely stayed fair. Man. Just a little bit of slap hitting there down the line. Strike 3, swinging on Castellanos. 2 down. Ground ball to second. DeWitt bobbles it. Everyone's going to be safe. That's going to be an error on DeWitt, his second of the season, I think. Already here in the third series of the season. That's not good for the rookie shortstop. Full count. 2 outs. Go ahead runs on second. The pitch. Strike 3 swinging. He gets out of the jam on a slider. And he leaves 2 runners on. But the Twins have come back to tie this game now. It is a 4-4 ball game going into the 8th. Wild pitch gets us up to second. That keeps bouncing off that wall back there pretty hard. Please get out of play. Please get out of play. Ah! And that'll do it in the 8th. Mariners can't push across the run. Dang it. Fly ball deep right field by Tyrone Taylor. Jankowski at the track will rein it in. The Mariners go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th, so a chance to win it for the Twins in the bottom half. Score tied at 4 apiece. Oh, wow, what a beautiful bunt by Jankowski. He got it first. What a play. Whew, that was almost a hit there. But the winning run is on second in the form of Taylor Trammell, who pinch ran there. And now we've got Colton Wong up with 1 out. And the Mariners elect to intentionally walk Wong to put him on first and to force a double play situation, but that is dangerous as it brings up the heart of their lineup in Castellanos and Freeman. Strike 3. Castellanos goes down swinging on 3 pitches. And we're down to the final out here in the 9th. Mariners looking to send this thing to extras. Twins looking to end it right here with the winning run on second base. Freddy Freeman coming up. This is the same situation we saw Freeman in yesterday's game. Although this time his team isn't losing. But he does have a chance to win it for his team here at the bottom of the 9th. Strike 3. Freeman goes down swinging. The winning run stays stranded at second. And we are going to extras. Steckenrider's pumped up right now. Beautiful fastball up and out of the zone. Freeman can't catch up with it. And the Mariners strand the winning run on second and send this to extras. And I will point out that I am using the current rule set for Major League Baseball, which is to put a runner on second base to begin extra innings. 2 on, nobody out. The 2-2 pitch to Garcia coming up from Matzik. Lines it down the line. It is foul. Just missed the line going into the corner, and we'll do it again. It is now a full count to Garcia. Pitch on the way from Matzik. And he gets him swinging on the slider out of the zone. We've got 1 out here in the 10th. Matzik wins the battle. Ground ball out in front of the plate. Matzik gets to it. And he spins and throws to first and gets the out. Wow, what a play by Matzik. Gets the second out of the inning. Runners are now on second and third. 2 outs for Justin Upton. It is now a full count. 3-2. Runners on second and third. 2 outs. Matzik with the pitch to Upton. And he strikes him out on the curveball up. And Matzik gets out of the inning. And the Twins have a chance to win it in the bottom half. Steckenrider leads off the 10th with a nice strikeout of Will Smith. 1 down. Garcia grounds out to first. 2 down, but the runner does move up to third. So a single will definitely win it for the Twins as Dansby Swanson steps up to the plate. And he gets him swinging on the changeup. The winning run stranded at third. Steckenrider shuts the door. And we're going to the 11th. Moustakas with the line drive. That's going to split the gap in left center field. Runner on second, rounds third. He will score. And the Seattle Mariners have taken the lead here in the 11th on the RBI double by Mike Moustakas. Turns it around on Andrew Miller. Drives it into the opposite field gap. That's a great piece of hitting. A clutch piece of hitting. And Moustakas has given the Mariners the lead here in the 11th. And Dylan Moore with a base hit up the middle. Moustakas will hold at third, though. But runners at the corners with 1 out as Dylan Moore gets a base hit. Just hit it way too hard for the slow-footed Moustakas to score. It's going to be a 3-2 pitch to Bobby Witt Jr. on the way from Andrew Miller. Line drive, right field. That will get down for a base hit. Just in front of Jankowski, the right fielder. On his way to third is Moore. He will be gunned down at third. But another run does come in on the RBI single by Bobby Witt Jr. on the full count pitch. Just got in front of Jankowski. He bobbled it, but made the nice recovery and the strong throw to third to get the fast-footed Moore. But a run does score. Bobby Witt stays on first after the single, and the Mariners extend their lead to 2 here in the 11th. Eddie Rosario now in to pinch hit for Tyrone Taylor. And Rosario walks and puts another runner on here in the 11th. And Springer strikes out swinging on the high fastball, but the damage has been done as Seattle puts 2 on the board from an RBI double from Mike Moustakas and an RBI single from Bobby Witt Jr. They look to close things out at the bottom of the inning as they lead the Twins 6-4. Ryan Tepera in on now to close out the game. Ground ball to the right side. That's going to get through. Well, not through, but enough in the hole where Bobby Witt can't bring it down. And the Twins now have the tying run at first and the winning run at the plate with 1 down. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit. Jankowski comes through. The winning run is now on first as the Twins look to battle back here in the bottom of the 11th after coming into the half inning down by 2. Fly ball, deep left center field. That is going to get down. Jankowski's on his horse. He's going to round third. No, he's going to stop at third as he was stuck behind the runner in front of him. But Colton Wong comes through and ties the game with an RBI double in the gap. A blown save for Tepera. And the winning run is now on third with only 1 out. The Mariners will intentionally walk Castellanos to get to Freeman. Tepera in trouble, though, for the second day in a row. Needs to tightrope out of danger here. Save is already gone, but he needs to at least keep this game tied. Freeman pops it up behind the plate. Tepera's going to take a big sigh of relief there. That's a big out to get on one pitch. And he strikes out swinging. This game will keep going. Tepera gets Will Smith swinging on the changeup in the dirt. And we will go to the 12th. After both the Mariners and the Twins push across 2 runs, this game ain't over yet. Garcia lines a pitch deep left center field. Garcia racing back. He's going to bring it in. Runner on second is Springer. He will tag up and go to third. That ball was tattooed, just not enough to get over the wall. Runner moves up to third, and we have one out here in the 12th. Strikes out swinging on the fastball. Couldn't catch up with it, and there are 2 down. Brian Anderson will now come on as a pinch hitter for Justin Upton, who was 0 for 4 on the day. Anderson with a drive. Deep right field. Jankowski's under it. And we are through the top half of the 12th. Twins with a chance to win it in the bottom half. Fly ball, right field. Garcia racing to the corner. He will bring it down. Runner on third will tap. No, the runner on second will tag and go to third. And the winning run is at third with 1 out here in the 12th. Dansby Swanson will be intentionally walked to set up the double play ball. Ties him up and lines out to second. They don't get the double play. I wish I had control over just letting that ball drop and catching it on the short hop to turn the double play. But we got 2 outs in the inning now. 1 more out. We're moving to the 13th. Fly ball, left field, it's down, and that is the ball game, folks. The Minnesota Twins, on the strength of Will Smith scored. Miguel Rojas with the hit into the corner, drives in the winning run. Smith from third. And the Mariners lose a heartbreaker in extras 7-6. They had a 2-run lead into the 11th and couldn't hold on to it. The Twins score 1 in the 14th or 13th. I think it was the 13th. They score 1 in the 12th. Sorry. They score 1 in the 12th and take this game, a great game, by a score of 7-6. I don't know. I don't really agree with the player of the game, Adolis Garcia. He went 1 for 6, but he did have a 3-run homer, so I guess that's fair. Paul Sewald came on in relief for the win. Ryan Tepera is set with the loss. Why is he set with the loss? I guess technically the runner on second was Tepera's when Buchter came in the 12th. I don't know. I don't know if the game understands how to give a win and a loss. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Buchter with the loss. Regardless, had a lot of good play from some Seattle hitters. Mike Moustakas 2 for 4 with a double and 2 RBI. Josh Bell went 3 for 5. Springer 2 for 5. Moore 2 for 5. But it was not enough, as no matter how big of a lead we had a 3-run lead early. We had a 1-run lead late, but could not hold on to that. And then a 2-run lead in extras, couldn't hold on to that. Squandered opportunities abound. And the Minnesota Twins take game 2 of this series by a score of 7-6. Well, let's move on to game 3 of the series, the rubber match between the Minnesota Twins and the Seattle Mariners. Coming right at you next. And we are back for game 3, the rubber match of this series between the Mariners and the Twins. I actually had to stop my other recording after I ended the last game because it lasted so long into extra innings that it ran into the time where I needed to go pick up my daughter from school. So I had to stop recording there and pick it up at another time. So, yeah, so we lost a heartbreaker that last game. So let's jump into game 3 and see if we can take this series 2 out of 3. We've got Corbin Martin going up against Kyle Freeland. If you guys saw the last video, You remember that Corbin Martin pitched a complete game shutout against the Chicago White Sox. So let's see if he can continue his success here away against the Twins. So let's get into this. Quick manage. I remember this time. All right, like I said, we got Corbin Martin on the mound. And our lineups for today, we are going with the left-handed pitcher lineup because like that crazy fully left-handed rotation of the Minnesota Twins. And let's do this. All right, here we go. Leading off, we got Bobby Witt, Tyrone Taylor, and George Springer to lead things off for Seattle. We'll go strikeout, fly out, fly out. 1, 2, 3, go the Mariners. Bottom of the first. Jankowski leads the game off with a single. Colton Wong flies out. Castellanos takes a walk, so we have runners on first and second with 1 out. Freddy Freeman at the plate, and he gets a single, but the runner's thrown out at home. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Cuts the runner down at home, and we are still scoreless. Wow, what a break for Corbin Martin. Although he walks Will Smith to load the bases, Garcia comes up, and he hits a grand slam. You pitch a 9-inning shutout, and then give up a grand slam in the first game back from that, in the first inning. All right. Well, we got a deficit to come back from. Swanson gets a walk. Oh, man, this is not going to be a good outing for Corbin Martin. Swanson steals second. Andahar flies out the end of the inning. Good Lord, this is going to be a long one. Garcia leads off the second with a double. That's a good start. Gomes grounds out. Upton flies out. And Bell flies out, so nothing doing. Seager strikes out to start the second. Grounds out. And Wong grounds out. All right, 1, 2, 3 inning after that disaster first. We'll take that. He's settling back in. All right, we got Moustakas, grounds out. Moore strikes out. Bobby Witt hits a single. We're going to have him steal second here. And he does it. Steals second. Tyrone Taylor, unfortunately, grounds out the end. Castellanos pops out. Freeman walks. Will Smith grounds into a double play. We'll take that, and that ends the inning. Springer up in the top of the fourth now. Grounds out. Garcia hits a solo shot, and we've cut the deficit to 3. Garcia is now 2 for 2 with a solo shot today. Gomes grounds out. Upton flies out. So we got 1 run back, but we still got some work to do. Garcia walks. Swanson is hit by the pitch. Oh, boy. Fielder's choice. So we have runners at the corners with 1 out. We're going to pitch the contact here. Try to get Seager to ground into a double play. He strikes out. And then Jankowski hits a single, but Garcia doesn't score. Maybe it was an infield single? I'm going to assume that was an infield single, or else Garcia would have scored. All right. Anyway, Colton Wong hits it to a fielder's choice. Inning over. And we keep another run off the board. Freeland is still going strong here. Only giving up the 1 solo home run. Bell strikes out. Moustakas flies out. And Moore pops out. Castellanos with a walk. Freeman with a strikeout. Will Smith flies out. Garcia walks. See if we can get him. All right, 1 more batter for Martin. Ground out, ends the inning. Okay, that's going to be the game for him. I'm subbing him out next inning. Kyle Freeland coming back up. We got the top of the lineup. Fly out, ground out. Nothing doing. All right, new pitcher coming in. We're going to send in the righty Ryan Brazier. And he promptly gives up a solo home run to Andahar. Great pitching change. Seager strikes out, Jankowski pops out, and Wong also hits a solo home run. Ah! All right, you're done, Brazier. Get out of here. Oberg comes in, gets a fly out. All right, good night. Garcia, oh, they switched to Coonrod coming in for the 7th. Garcia is now a single away from the cycle, by the way. He hit a double in the first, I think. No, he hit a double in the second, home run later, and now a triple. So he's now at third with nobody out. Gomes grounds out. Upton strikes out. And Bell flies out. We get a runner on third with nobody out, and we couldn't get him home. Come on. All right, Oberg is continuing his pitching. Garcia hits a single. Swanson strikes out. And we catch the runner stealing at the ending. The only people in my lineup that have a hit today, by the way, are Bobby Witt and Adolis Garcia. Those are the only two people that have a hit so far. Everyone else is over. This needs to change if we're going to get back into this game. And they're switching to Andrew Miller. Musaka strikes out. Moore strikes out. Witt strikes out. He strikes out the side. We're switching pitchers to Castro. He walks. An error. Strikeout. Single with an RBI. Fly out. And Freeman hits a 2 RBI double. That's going to end it for him. Oh my gosh, this is going horribly. All right. Tyrone Taylor flies out. Springer strikes out. Garcia, single away from the cycle. Hits it. He didn't stop at first. He should have stopped at first. Come on, Garcia. You should know what you're doing. He doesn't stop at first and gets a double. I'm going to count it as an unofficial cycle. He could have gotten the cycle if he just stayed at first. But that's the game. The Twins defeat the Mariners 9-1. Literally the only people that had hits in this game, Bobby Witt had 1 hit, and Adolis Garcia. No, sorry, not Adolis. Adolis is on the other team. Avisail Garcia had 4 hits, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Everyone else did jack squat. Wow, that was rough. So Colton Wong is your player of the game. He was 2 for 5 with 2 runs, a home run, and 2 RBIs. So that's fair. The Mariners kind of put up a pathetic performance today, aside from Avisail Garcia. Other than that, no one pitched well. Everyone seemed to give up a run except for Oberg. And then everyone went 0 for except for Witt was 1 for 4 and Garcia was 4 for 4. Everyone else did jack squat. All right. Well, that was rough. Well, that will end the series. We dropped 2 out of 3 after a heartbreaking loss in Game 2 in extra innings to the Minnesota Twins. We apparently got so disheartened by that loss that we put up minimal effort against them in the Game 3 of the series, and we drop it 9-1. So let's take a look at the standings and see where we're at after that series. In the American League West, we are actually we're in first place. 5-4, we are in first place. The A's and the Angels are at 5-5. The Astros are at 4-5, and the Rangers are at 3-6. So we're still in first. Apparently, the A's are the top-ranked team. Oh man, I wonder what we'll see their team when we get to play them. But I'm curious now. They have #1 pitching staff. Anyway, all right. So that's gonna do it for this episode. We dropped 2 out of 3 to the Minnesota Twins. We won the first game 3-2. We lose a heartbreaker 6-7 in extra innings, and then we just get shellacked in Game 3, 9-1. Next series, it'll be a 4-game series going up against the Baltimore Orioles in Camden Yards, probably one of my favorite ballparks in all of Major League Baseball. So that'll be exciting to play at. We will do our usual. We'll play 1 game, and then we will manage the other 3. We will be back with the next one at Baltimore. And until next time, guys, stay blessed and take care. Anyway, so welcome back to the Fantasy Draft One-Shot Series. All right, and in Game 2, we've got Lucas Giolito coming to the... Hold, please. Josh Bell with a single to right with 2-1. No, 2. With 2 outs in the inning. Gee whiz.
The third baseman.
The full pound. Down the line to third. Garcia grounds out to third. It's not third base at all. Oh! Got a piece of it. Mustukas? Mustukas.